Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarsana. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhagavani. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Baladev Subhadra. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Gauranga, Jaya Sachidananda Gauranga, Navadip Chandramukara, Gauranga, Bhajana, Hey Jana Gauranga Bhaje, Sehaya Prana. Gora 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 Dita Pavana Dita Pavana Jaya Satchidananda Gaura Jaya 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 Sripa जय गुरु महाराज श्रीपाद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, समवेत समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। प्रभु जी, can you please share screen?
Yes, Prabhuji, 1 second.
Hari bol.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I was not audible just before now because I unplugged that.
Okay, okay.
Were you able to hear me just
Yes,
before
Prabhuji.
now?
No. From your call, it is fine. Before that, we are not able to hear.
Okay.
Yes.
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakha Nitam Sa Vandeham Sri He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo 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 Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Swarupa Damodara Swami Niti Namine Namo Sadbhaktamanaya Manipura Udbhavaya Cha Prabhupada Lasadvani Prachara Niratayate Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Guruvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Desha Tarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Srimad Bhagavatam 7th Canto 1st Chapter Sloka number 44 Tatastau Rakshasau Jatau Tatastau Rakshasau Jatau Kesinyam Visravaha Sutau Kesinyam Visravaha Sutau Ravanaha Kumbhakarnascha Ravanaha Kumbhakarnascha Sarvaloka Patapanam. Translation. Thereafter the same Jaya and Vijaya, the two doorkeepers of Lord Vishnu, took birth as Ravana and Kumbhakarna, begotten by Visrava in the womb of Kesini. They were extremely troublesome to all the people of the universe. Next sloka. Tatrapi Raghavo Bhutva Tatrapi Raghavo Bhutva Nyayhanach Chapamuktaye Nyayhanach Chapamuktaye Ramaviryam Shroyasi Tvam Ramaviryam Shroyasi Tvam Markandeya Mukhat Prabhu Markandeya Mukhat Prabhu. Translation. Narada Muni continued, my dear king, just to relieve Jaya and Vijaya of the Brahmana's curse, Lord Ramachandra appeared in order to kill Ravana and Kumbhakarna. It will be better for you to hear narrations about Lord Ramachandra's activities from Markandeya. Next. Tavatra Khetriyau Jatau Tavatra Khetriyau Jatau Matra Sasratmajau Tava Matra Sasratmajau Tava Adhuna Sapa Nirmuktau Adhuna Sapa Nirmuktau Krishna Chakra Hatam Hasau Krishna Chakra Hatam Hasau. Translation. In their third birth, the same Jai and Vijay appeared in a family of Kshatriya as your cousins, the sons of your aunt, because Lord Krishna has struck them with his disc. All their sinful reactions have been destroyed, and now they are free from the curse. Purport. In their last birth, Jaya and Vijay did not become demons or Rakshasas. Instead, they took birth in a very exalted Kshatriya family related to Krishna's family. They became first cousins of Lord Krishna and were practically on an equal footing with him. By personally killing them with his own disk, Lord Krishna destroyed whatever sinful reactions were left in them because of the curse of the Brahmanas. Narada Muni explained to Maharaj Yudhishthira that by entering Krishna's body, Sisupala re-entered Vaikuntha Loka as the Lord's associate. Everyone had seen this incident. Next sloka. वैरानुबन्धतिव्रेण ध्याननाच्युत सतात्मं ध्यानेनाच्युत सत्मातम् नीतौ पुनर्हरे पर्शवम् नीतौ हरे पर्शवम् जगमतुर्विष्णु पार्षदौ जगमतुर्विष्णु पार्षदौ. Translation: These two associates of Lord Vishnu, Jaya and Vijaya, maintained a feeling of enmity for a very long time. Because of always thinking of Krishna in this way, they regained the shelter of the Lord. Having returned home back to Godhead, purport: whatever their positions, certainly Jaya and Vijay always thought of Krishna. Therefore, at the end of Mausala Leela, these two associates of the Lord returned to Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna's body and Narayan's body. Therefore, although they visibly entered the body of Krishna, they actually re-entered Vaikuntha Loka as the doorkeepers of Lord Vishnu. Through Lord Krishna's body, they re-entered to Vaikuntha, although they seem to have attained Sayuja Mukti in Krishna's body. Thank you very much.
Recording in progress.
Can you please unmute my other phone and disconnecting from here? Shravan Prabhu, please unmute. Yeah. I got. Hare Krishna. So, in this connection of Jai Vijay, Narada Muni further explains that Jai and Vijay was Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. In the next life, they took birth as Ravana and Kumbhakarna. So Ravana and Kumbhakarna were killed by Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra especially killed Ravana and Kumbhakarna and relieved Ravana and Kumbhakarna from their sinful reactions. So the killing of Lord relieved a devotee from their sinful reactions. The sinful reactions, the consciousness, this great devotee Jai Vijay, when they took birth as human or Ravana's like Rakesh form, demon form, the consciousness are very much contaminated. there is no other mean to free them from those contaminations than killing the Lord himself by his own hand. So, when Jaya and Vijay has to come as per the Brahmana's curse, so Lord, being the protector of the devotees, always free them from all kind of sinful reactions. Lord never want that devotee ever be engaged in any kind of sinful reactions, sinful activities, and nor should they suffer prolonged reactions of sinful life. So by the arrangement of providence, they got the Brahmana curse. So they had to suffer this life, minimum 3 life, as a non-devotee in demoniac form. So Lord takes this responsibility to free them from the sinful reactions in every life. That after 3 life, they can come back to Supreme Personality of Godhead and reinstated in their original positions as doorkeeper of Lord Vishnu. So, these two son of Ravana and Kumbhakarna, like son of Vishrava and Kesini, they were actually very much demoniac in their mentality, and they were creating trouble for the entire world. That is why Lord also has to come by the prayers of all the demigods, including the Mother Earth. So when one becomes sinful, the burden, the weight of such sinful people is unbearable to Mother Earth. So one should understand that the sins are burdens even to Mother Earth. Sins are not only dangerous to the living entity, it also become burdensome to Mother Earth. So it is burdensome to all other fellow living beings, and none of the demigods can be happy on a sinful persons. So those devotees are those people who develop the modes of goodness, pleases Mother Earth and all the demigods. When Mother Earth and all the demigods become pleased, then they sufficiently provides all the necessities. Paraspara bhavayanta. When the subordinate and the fellow being are in a very positive, are in a very conducive relationship, both get satisfied, both becomes happy. So the designated process of living a healthy life is to maintain the mode of goodness and is to be having humility, having the sense of responsibility, and understand that one must reciprocate what he is receiving for. One must respect if he is getting some benefits, so he must have some duty to the benefactor, the beneficiary and benefactor. If Supreme Personality of Godhead is a benefactor, through his energies or vibhutis, like demigods, so it is our responsibility that being a beneficiary, we must appreciate, we must oblige to the benefits we received. So that is, there are three kinds of such runa: devarsi, pitrunam, devarsi, pitrunam, runam. So the runas by Deva, Rishi, and forefathers. Three kind of loans we have, because we are utilizing these facilities of water, air, fire, and living on Mother Earth. So skies, they all are giving us this benefit that supplies our Mother Earth supplies our necessities. So we have some obligations to them. Similarly, we also have obligations to the ultimate owner of all this. Who is the ultimate owner of all this? Just like we pay taxes, the tax go to the government of India through some agents, but the tax directly go to the government of India, even though those employees also get their remunerations. So that is how, when we pay our homages to the demigods, all actually meant to go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they get their portions, but yajna, or the sacrifice, is meant to please Vishnu. It is exactly same that our taxes goes to the government of India. So the Prime Minister of India, the President of India, they passes the bills and sanctions to run the expenditures of the earnings. Similarly, Supreme Personality of Godhead takes all the sacrifices what we do and ultimately grant them. So maya vahi vihitanita. So all these benedictions, whatever we are getting, either directly from Supreme Personality of Godhead or indirectly, if we worship such demigods. And Lord only gives the benedictions. That is why in any form, if a living entity doesn't understand that, he goes into a life of sinful reactions. And in that sinful reactions, he commits so much offenses, forgetting the Vedic literature's guideline. Just like a machine, if doesn't follow, if it doesn't maintain with the instructions of the manuals created by the company, so the machine will not last long. Machine will behave for what it is. It will not behave properly. It may behave differently for what it was designed for. So it is essential that we must follow the guidelines given by Vedic literature to get the actual purpose of this body. This body is like a machine, Jantra Rudhani Maya. So this machine can be guided by ourselves to cultivate Krishna consciousness, or this machine, this body can be utilized for the sense gratifications. If this body is utilized for sense gratifications, it deteriorates, even though it follows sometimes religious guideline. The best result happens when it follows religious guideline in the pleasure of Supreme Personality of God. So sometimes religious guideline being followed, but the purpose is to please the senses. The ultimate result is not obtained, and the course of material life become prolonged. So, two things. One is that whenever one performs some activity. He can do karma or akarma. If he do akarma, then he will go back to Supreme Personality of Godhead. He need not to suffer. He will be free from all bondages. And if one perform only karma for personal sense gratifications, it might follow the Vedic guidelines. It might give some good result, which maintain the higher order of life in heavenly planets, but it cannot free from the cycles of birth and death. It has to remain in the material world. That is why it is essential that not only we follow the guideline of Veda, we understand the purpose of Veda. So sometimes it is like manual reciter or like robotic behavior of following Vedic guidelines, or intentional behavior of following Vedic guidelines. That gives higher result, but that will never give the ultimate result. So Vedic guidelines, even being followed, one should understand what is the purpose of those Vedic guidelines. That is why one should, in this age, one should not be followed by so many things. Vaishnava Shastra ehi kahe marma. In this age, one must take shelter of Vaishnava literature. And those like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and Narada Pancharatra, Adi, are the base or the foundations of Vaishnava literatures by which one can please Vishnu. Because the ultimate purpose of Vedaisya Sarve Aham Vedya Vedanta Krut Veda Vidya. The purpose of all Vedic literature is to please Vishnu. So why not you take up directly those Vedic literatures which says how to please Vishnu directly, and what is the quickest and swiftest and easiest path to get the purpose to please Vishnu. That is the objective. So Ravana and Kumbhakarna being forgotten, even though Ravana was wise enough and he has sufficiently read all the literature, he has no lack of such knowledge. He could not control his senses because of his curse or that he has to maintain the demoniac life. So he overburdened Mother Earth, troubled so many demigods and living entities. So Lord Ramachandra has to personally come and kill him. So Narada Muni explains that Yudhishthira Maharaj can hear all these narrations in complete detail from Markandeya Rishi. Then these Ravana and Kumbhakarna, they took the birth as Jaya and Vijay, took their birth as Sisupala and Dantavakra in Krishna's family, and because of their strong antagonistic nature, they are always blaspheming Krishna. So, seeing this, their mother took a benediction from Krishna that Krishna will not kill. So Krishna granted that I will forgive only 100 offenses. So Sisupala continued offending Krishna. So then in Rajasya Yajna of Yudhishthira Maharaj, where Krishna was worshipped as the Agra Puja, or the first person to be worshipped. So Sisupala became so much angry on that, and he started blaspheming Krishna, and his 100 blasphemy reached. So Krishna took off his disc and killed, so that all the sinful mentality remained in him be cleansed. So by that they got freed, and the Sisupala got freed from all the three births, sinful reactions, and he entered to the body of Lord Krishna. So here it is explained that he, though it appears that he got Sayuja Mukti in the body of Lord Krishna, and in Krishna, Narayana, Vishnu, all are same. Like it's like in Krishna is the source of all Ansa, Swansa, Kalansa, Vistrutansa. So the plenary portions, plenary, and all the various incarnations that starts from Sankarsana, then Pradyumna, Aniruddha, three Mahavishnu comes from Sankarsana, then Garbhodakasai, Kirodakasai, and Karanadakasai. Garbhodakasai Vishnu is Vishnu in each planet. So the Vaikuntha planet is Garbhodakasai Vishnu, and above is Narayana, the abode of Narayana. So all these forms are available in Krishna. So whenever one enters in the body of Krishna, so he has access to all the planets. That is why he entered Narayana Vaikuntha Lokas and reinstated in the positions at Jai and Vijay. So the context is that this Sajija Mukti, which appear to be they are getting Sajija Mukti, but they are getting back their designated positions via the medium of Sajija Mukti. So Lord Krishna's killing by disc, but they are actually getting their own positions of re-entering Vaikuntha planet as doer keepers. So that is confirmed here. Okay, thank you very much. Any question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you for this wonderful and nice class. And yeah, we should not be mere robots following the instructions and know the purpose. Yeah, and that was a really wonderful point, which I like very much. Yeah, if anyone is having any question regarding today's class, they can raise the hand and ask His Grace Akral Paramanand Prabhu.
If no question, any comments?
Our Balramji is having a question, I see. Yes, Balramji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
So, could you explain what is the literal meaning of Sayuja and Sayuja Mukti? Because that's that can explain everything.
Sayuja means you become merged with the same. You merge with the effulgence of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is Sayuja. Merging in the body of bodily effulgence of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is Sayuja Mukti. You just wanted the meaning, or you want explanations any further?
Yeah. Yes, yes. The meaning, I mean, Sayuja, does it mean same Ayu like Lord, or it's different?
No. Sayuja means you will be becoming same as of the Lord, like by merging. So sunlight, just like sunlight. So another rays of sunlight, it mixes with sunlight. So it appears that it becomes full sunlight, part of, so no more its part being visible, though it is still being present. It's visibility, like, so in water, ocean water, so if a drop water is mixed, you might not find its identity, but it is still there. That water molecule is there. So that is how it's like merging with Lord's body, becoming not remaining as part, becoming whole. So part will try to lost its identity, but it doesn't lost its identity, yet it remains. It only appeared that it lost its identity. It become whole, like that. Have you understood, Balaram sir? You need further explanation?
Yeah, it's better. It's not clear, but anyway, maybe we'll discuss some other time. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Word mean you will become same or equal with Lord's body or Lord's effulgence. So here, equal doesn't mean you lost your identity. Here, equal doesn't mean that you will remain another same. Just like X and Y. X and Y will become same, and X will be whole as well as Y will be whole. No. Here, X will be part of Y. X, like the superset X, inputs everything, and inside that Y will be there. Y's value remains within X, yet you cannot find out Y by a distinguished visibility. However, its existence is there, which can be identified by the living entity and by the Lord, but it cannot be visible external. Similarly, here the Y value is being present within X, but it merges its existence, appear to be merges its existence, yet the existence is there. Just like a drop of water mixed in ocean, it becomes the water of ocean. So that drop of water get a grant of being ocean. Got it? So a drop of water can also become ocean by when it is mixed with the ocean water. That is the same, relationship. As an analogy, you can understand.
Okay.
Sahaja Mukti is like that.
Yes, Prabhuji, it's okay, but I mean, when you, instead of thinking about a drop, if you think about a molecule or atom, then it will be more clear. Like atoms, they don't lose their identity even if they merge in water, but it appears that they're merging in water. The atoms are
Yes.
so, but I mean, in Sahaja Mukti, it's clear that there is no bhava of attraction towards God. But I mean, the merging, it's, I mean, it's not actually clear what the literal meaning and what the acharyas they explain, how they correlate that. Yeah. So, yes, Prabhuji, we'll discuss maybe some other time. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Bro, thank you. So they only get Brahma Sukha. There is a pleasure in Brahmajyoti that is called Brahma Sukha. Even though this pleasure is much higher than the ordinary material pleasure, but there is a possibility that they can again think of some higher or lower pleasure, they can fall back. However, they have the designated pleasure of Brahma Sukha. So bhava is not there, as you said. What bhava is not there? The particular relationship, understanding about Lord, all these, right? So Lord being a person and he being a person, and the exchange of a relationship with Lord, all these things are not fully manifested. Though, though the understanding of his being a devotee of Lord or is gradually not there, because the living entity think himself as the Lord. Like the drop of water, its existence is, it understand that it's no more a drop of water, it is ocean. It was drop of water, but when it is mixed, so it doesn't think that I'm a drop of water anymore. It thinks I'm ocean, right? So these kind of things are there. So more adjustments is like mixing. So when drop of water is mixed with ocean. Okay. Any further explanations if Maharaj is want to can give? So let's go to other question.
Oh, yeah, our Nilamar Maharaj is there. Maharaj, please.
हाँ हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत।
Dandavat Maharaj.
तो आप बोले शिशुपाल ने बहुत गुस्सा हो गया, क्रोधान्वित हो गया, तो उसका गुस्सा का क्रोध का कारण क्या है? जैसे रावण का तो है माँ सीता को हरण किया, उसको लेके रखा, तो ये कारण हुआ। शिशुपाल भगवान से क्यों विद्वेष हुआ, वो क्रोधान्वित क्यों है, इसके ऊपर थोड़ा वर्णन कीजिए।
शिशुपाल उसका enviousness जो inborn quality था, that is the thing. But many other instances also happened along with, like he was waiting to marry Rukmini, but Krishna kidnapped Rukmini and he had to remain unmarried. Like Sisupala, the word is still used in villages if somebody was not able to marry after entering into the marriage ceremony. They tell them that he became Sisupala. So that is a that is very simple something. So that was another reason for anger. But he was envious from the very beginning because of their acquired positions, that they will be remaining envious to Lord. They work as enemy of Lord. So their acquired quality make him envious and blaspheme Krishna. So by the course of activities also, he had many such instances when he tried to blaspheme Krishna. He also got baffled and developed more anger, like that. I think you have more answers. You can clarify it. What you wanted to say, Maharaj?
आप तो व्याख्या किए हैं वही है कि भगवान ने माँ रुक्मिणी को ले लिए, लेकिन वो चाह रहे थे रुक्मिणी माँ के साथ शादी करने, और इतने अपमानित वे सारे राजा शिशुपाल को सहयोग कर रहे थे, और सब लोग बोले कि आप बैठ के रहो विवाह का मंडप में, हम लोग अभी अभी कृष्ण को परास्त करके बांध के लेके आ जाऊंगा। तो शिशुपाल ऐसा दूसरों, अपना संबंधियों, अपना मित्रों के ऊपर निर्भर करके विवाह मंडप में बैठ के रहा। सभी लोग युद्ध के लिए चले गए। लास्ट को माता जी लोग सब हंसने लगे, देखो कितना आशा है उसके पास कि रुक्मिणी का भाई बोल दिया लेके आ जाऊंगा, और बैठ के रहा ऐसा ही, कई दिन तक ऐसा ही बैठ के रहा। तो इतने बड़े अपमान उन्होंने सहन किए। और जैसे आप बता रहे थे कि उनका तो पहले से ही भगवान से विद्वेष है, लेकिन ये सब कारण और उसको सहयोग करने लगा, उनका विद्वेष और विद्रोह का भाव को। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण महाराज।
Hare Krishna Maharaj. And yes, Govind Maharaj, please.
Hare Krishna, Akrodha Paramanand ji.
धन्यवाद प्रणाम महाराज।
Dandavat pranam, all those Sasika. Yes, you were wonderfully explaining this concept of Sahaj Mukti. I wanted to say a couple of lines. Sahaj Mukti is nothing but the ultimate punishment, deprivation of the real fortune one attains. It's worse than when someone gets killed by Krishna, that's a specialty. He attains Swarup. So Sahaja Mukti means the deprivation of attaining one's eternal Swarup. There is no Swarup in Sahaja. So those who are not killed, those who are not so fortunate to be killed by Krishna, they attain Sahaja. Daityanam Harinam Hataha. Those who are absorbed in non-existence or shunya, zero, nothing, no feeling. So that is called Sahaj. And because it is deprivation or like punishment, because they insist this is what they want, so they are given that position as long as they want to keep it. But because there is no exchange, there is no mellow, so it is not the eternal nature of the soul. So Krishna arranges this Sahaja Mukti, one of the 5 liberations. And liberation is not desired, any kind of liberation pure devotee desires. Sahaja is something which is, because there is no availability, there is no exchange of seva, or exchange or reciprocation with the Lord. It appears as eternal condemnation, like the Christians say, if you don't accept Jesus, you go to hell for eternity. Time period in remaining merged in total no activity. Could be very long, but just think of when Mahapralaya takes place, the whole existence goes into Sahaja Mukti. So those who are aspiring for Sahaja Mukti, we want to stop them, because they may end up remaining deprived until the next creation takes place. So when the next creation takes place, the whole cosmos, which is merged into Sayujya or non-action or unmanifest state, they are given the opportunity to come back in this world and attain the human form of life, attain the association of Satpurus, and develop the desire to become the associate of the Lord. So it's a long process, a long time of deprivation. That's why it's the ultimate punishment, because can you imagine how long he becomes deprived to attain the opportunity to attain the pure devotional platform? Trillions of years. So it's a deprivation. It's a real, that deprivation, some ignorant so-called spiritualists call is the ultimate achievement, because they do not know the nature of the soul. And still they talk about the soul. They think soul is God. There is only one soul. And that's why they want to become just one soul, one with God, because in their concept, there is no multiple souls. They think there is only one soul, so everybody is one soul. So when you merge with God, you become that one soul, and you are you become non-existent, or you become non-different from God. That is their misunderstanding. But in Sayujya, as the scripture says, Brahma lokastu tamasa pare yatra vasantihi siddha brahma sukhe magna daityamsche harinam. Those who are siddhas, those who develop this negation of this material existence, the mode of passion and ignorance, they just identify themselves as the soul. They just want to do no action with this material world. They merge into the impersonal existence. This is what they inspire. This is what they aspire. And Krishna just allows them to have that position. And who else gets this position? Daityamscha harinamata. Those who are killed by daityas, demons, by other forms of the Lord, harinam hataha. But when they get the opportunity to be killed by Krishna, then they attain their eternal swarupa. That is if we go in the 10th canto, 90th chapter, text number 47, it has all the siddhanta regarding this. They say the vidvit snigdha swarupam yayur ajita para shri yadarthenya yab. Vidvit means those who were against, inimical to Krishna. And snigdha means those who were very lovingly disposed towards Krishna. They both attain their swarup is their eternal form. Not attaining the eternal form, then this Sahaja Mukti is the biggest punishment, because it deprives us for such a long time to attain our swarup. Sorry.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj. Very nice explanation.
Tomorrow is the class of Your Holiness, so we can have more thoughts on it.
Shravan Prabhu?
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhuji. We may conclude for the day.
What was the announcement?
Tomorrow is your class, Maharaj.
My class, but I'm not getting any notifications. Since where should I? Because the phone is new, number is new. That's why.
Okay.
प्रसाद होई रे प्रसाद होई थी
Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah, it's on WhatsApp. The notification comes.
Okay. We will add that new number. I think I have it.
Oh, tomorrow will be Friday for you, correct?
Yes, Maharaj.
So, okay, what is the slok number tomorrow?
7148.
48. Okay. Mahaprabhu left 48 years. Okay, that's fine. 7148.
Maharaj, thank you to all Vaishnavis present here. Jai Guru Maharaj Rashipad ki Jai,
Jai.
Prabhupada ki Jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Gaura Premanande. Hari.
Hari. His Grace Akral Paramanand Guru ki Jai. Thank you all.
ए रे
for
घर
joining.
दा
See you all in tomorrow's class.
ए
at
बाटी
7.
रे घर
Hare Krishna.